Have you ever walked into a room and, without saying a word, made everyone notice your presence? Or, have you walked out of someone's life and left an unfillable void? There is a silent, almost invisible force that makes you remembered even when you're not around. And this force can be cultivated. Today, you'll discover how to apply the principles of the great masters of Stoicism such as Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca to create an emotional impact so profound that your absence will be felt intensely even if no one understands exactly why. Before we go deeper, I want to propose something simple but powerful. Comment below in your mind, tomorrow. It's more than a phrase. It's a sign that you're committed to mastering the art of striking presence. And of course, it's fun to see who's really paying attention. This small gesture creates connection and strengthens our bond here. You're not just consuming content, you're participating in the construction of something bigger. Maybe today it's a comment, tomorrow it's a life-changing experience. Let's see who the true strategists of magnetic silence are. There's something deeply magnetic about those who know how to live well with themselves. Self-sufficient people don't beg for attention, they naturally attract it. This calm energy awakens admiration, mystery, and respect. Want an example? Think of someone who doesn't need applause, but everyone applauds anyway. To cultivate this, start simple, have hobbies that don't depend on anyone. Read books that feed your mind, like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Take care of your body, develop your thinking, build a life that inspires you. Freedom begins when your happiness is no longer held hostage by the presence of others. People who remain calm in the midst of chaos carry a rare kind of power. They don't react on impulse, they respond with intention. This stability creates a solid, almost unshakable presence. Those who control their own emotions end up controlling the environment around them. Start by observing your triggers. What drives you crazy? When you feel the impulse, take a deep breath and remember, is this under my control? Epictetus already taught that it is not the events that disturb us, but the judgment we make of them. Developing this control is like building an invisible shield that is silent but impossible to ignore. Speaking less, but with more intention, turns any conversation into a memory. Well-chosen words have the power to echo even when you are no longer present. Instead of seeking approval, seek clarity, purpose, and impact in each speech. Those who communicate consciously leave emotional traces and not just sounds. Practice the art of pausing. Before responding, think about whether this builds or just fills the silence. Quotes like those by Seneca carry centuries of wisdom in a few lines. Try replacing the "I must say" with "I must say." The strength of an unforgettable presence lies in moderation in speech. Absence, when well managed, does not weaken, it strengthens. It is in silence that memories mature and presence is valued. Allow your absence to be felt, without explanations or demands. Mystery does not drive away, it attracts. As long as it is genuine. Avoid the mistake of always making yourself available. Even the sun, when it sets, leaves a longing. Give space for the other person to perceive the impact you have. Marcus Aurelius would say, everything that happens, happens as it should. Even from a distance. Accepting this with serenity is a high form of emotional power. When you are truly present, the other person feels it. Looking someone in the eye, listening without rushing, and responding with your soul is rare and unforgettable. Most people always have their minds elsewhere, which is why those who truly listen stand out. Mindfulness is presence in its purest form, and presence like this leaves us with longing. Practice active listening, put down your cell phone, forget about your watch, and immerse yourself in the conversation. Show, with gestures and expressions, that the moment matters. Seneca said that part of healing is the willingness to listen. Be the silent healing in someone's life, and your absence will never go unnoticed. Emotional presence is also built with rhythm. When you maintain a pattern of contact, whether it is a daily message or a recurring gesture, a silent bond is created. And it is precisely when this pattern is broken that your absence becomes evident. Predictability here is not monotony, it is the basis for trust. Create small rituals of connection, a phrase that only you use, an unusual good morning, a recurring emoji. Simple but consistent things build deep bonds. Consistency communicates care, while random disappearance reveals instability. Epictetus taught, don't explain your philosophy. Act it out. Be the living act of a stable presence. Nothing is more inspiring than someone who lives with purpose. People like this don't need to chase attention, they are the very flame that attracts it. Those who have a clear mission transmit an energy that impacts and transforms the environment. And when they are absent, the void that remains is that of the inspiration that has departed. Discover what truly moves you. I am not talking about shallow goals, but about meaning. What do you want to leave as an emotional legacy? What memory do you want to awaken? Living with purpose is having an internal compass, and this is magnetic. Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes colored by the thoughts it cultivates. Cultivate those that drive you. Overreacting reveals imbalance, and imbalance drives away. Moderation in emotions conveys maturity, control, and security. It is the calm in the look, the controlled tone of the voice, the conscious choice of silence. Emotionally balanced people inspire confidence even in the most tense moments. Want to practice this? When something throws you off balance, wait 10 seconds before responding. This pause is a practical way to contain the impulse and act wisely. Seneca said that anger is temporary madness, and there is no charm in lack of control. He who controls his own fire warms without burning. And for this reason, he will always be missed. Nothing is more admirable than someone who goes through pain without losing themselves. Resilience is a silent, firm, and magnetic force. It does not shout, does not victimize itself, it simply resists with dignity. And this, in itself, creates a presence that inspires and leaves a deep impression. Remember, even marble was sculpted with blows and became art. When life gets tough, take a deep breath and tell yourself, this too shall pass, but I will remain. Marcus Aurelius faced wars, losses, and betrayals and still wrote with serenity. Be someone who remains whole, even when everything around you falls apart. Being someone with a firm character is like being a beacon of predictable value, constant in essence. People trust those who do not change with the wind. But within this firmness, bring subtle surprises, small unexpected gestures that keep the bond alive. It is the balance between stability and novelty that builds admiration. Want a practical example? Always be loyal, but one day show up with a compliment that the person did not expect. Keep your principles, but reveal new layers of yourself over time. Epictetus said that what is in our power must be noble and reliable. Be this type of presence that is predictable in value, but surprising in delivery. Think about the people you miss the most. They probably weren't perfect, but they touched your soul deeply. They were truly present, authentic, coherent, unique. And that's why, even when they're far away, they continue to occupy space in your emotional memory. Be this type of person, the one who leaves a memory, and not just a passing moment. Who doesn't need to beg for attention, because they've already built a connection. Remember, a remarkable presence isn't made with noise, but with intention. And absence only hurts when there was something real to be remembered. Are you willing to become unforgettable? To live with more intention, more presence, more purpose? Everything we've talked about here isn't just nice ideas, they're transformative practices. But they only work if you apply them. Reflect on how your presence has been in people's lives. Would your absence be missed, or a relief? Start little by little, one habit, one thought, one attitude at a time. Stoicism doesn't teach you to be cold, it teaches you to be strong, profound, and impactful. If this touched you, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and continue with us on this journey. Because you deserve to be remembered for the best reason.